Am I audible, Bhavik?
Hey, hi Sagat. I am able to hear you. Yes.
Can you see me also?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay. And make me the host.
Sure.
Yeah. You can see the PPT, right?
Yeah, I can see your slide now.
Hmm. Good. Can you still see the slide?
Yes, of course.
There's no change in the screen, right?
Yes, I mean, it's perfect. We can see it.
Okay, fine. That's great. Everyone, we will start in another 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so let's begin this session. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you all doing? It is so great to see all of you on a Saturday evening. I'm your host, Saugat Kamilla, and I'm an individual options trader. I've been in the market since 2015. Apart from that, I am a trainer and a consultant in a multinational corporation as well. 9 to 5. But you're not here to hear about me, are you? I'll tell you about a person who started his options trading career with just 10,000 rupees. Beginner's luck hit him, and in the first trade, that 10,000 became 25,000. After that, what comes? Greed. And in the very next day, that 10,000 rupees, sorry, that 25,000 rupees went just down, slumped to 7,000. That person was taking random trades from many gurus, analysts, news channels, whoever it might. He has bought many systems and tools, but all in all, he made minus 2 lakh rupees profit. Yes, you heard me right, minus 2 lakh rupees. And that's all the savings he had, his hard earned money. You know, then he realized the importance of the basics of the market. That no system is a holy grail, but he himself. Okay, sorry if you are not able to hear. Am I audible now? I think the mic fell off.
Yes, Saugat, you're audible.
Okay,
We
great.
can hear you.
Great. Okay, so I was telling you that after that minus 2 lakh rupees loss, what he came to know was that importance of the basics of the market. That no system is a holy grail, but he himself can save his money and invest it and multiply it. So he decided to get more educated about it, on how the market works, and with 2 years of another 2 years of continuous effort, today he's sitting on over 12 lakhs capital, 50% of which, I mean 6 lakhs of which is totally pure profit. That's right. That is like 100% profit on the 100% ROI in just 2 years. Isn't that great? And let me tell you, that person is again me. Now, some of you might be thinking that, so what, 12 lakhs is not that much, and I agree with you. Most of you might have much more than that, but that's not the point, is it? The point is, by looking at the data, the chart, the option chain, or the option prices, can you tell, can you predict how the market will behave in the next 2 days, or maybe in the long term? Maybe or maybe not. And that's why you're here. You're here to learn. And we here are not to sell you anything like a system which will work every time, any strategy we will give you and bam, this is it. You do this and you will get profit. No, we are here to teach many basics and advanced things which the pro traders know, but most traders don't. And that's why they say that 95% of the traders lose money in the market. So are you ready to learn today? Definitely you are going to learn something new. Are you ready? Hit in the chat box if you're ready. Say yes. Great. Keshav says yes. George says yes. Tomil says yes. Great, great. So without further ado, let me call upon my friend and mentor who will be teaching us today with his enormous experience in the market. Please welcome Bhavik Patel. Bhavik, are you there?
Hey, hi Saugata. Thank you for the introduction, and it was really great to come here and give some information regarding the option chain analysis today.
Pleasure, pleasure. Okay, so you can take the stage from now.
Saugata, can you please make me the host of this meeting?
Yes, I just did. Yes.
All right. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Bhavik, we can.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Perfectly fine, Bhavik. Yes.
All right, all right. So basically, I am a full-time options trader, and thank you guys for joining this webinar. And this is our first series in the options part. We have been doing the webinars for a very long time, but this is our first options webinar, and which is currently the participants are nearly 125. Okay, great audience. All right, without wasting any time, let me just start this webinar, and I'll surely teach you lots and lots about the stuff on the option side in the next few weekends. Okay, so this is this is our first webinar, but not the last one. All right, so definitely we'll be having many webinar in the coming weeks. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me introduce about myself, what I've been doing in the past, and what is my qualification and everything. Okay, so most of you have been connected with me for a very long time, but I have few participants who are saying they are new to this webinar, they have not traded options and all. Anyways, so let me introduce. My name is Bhavik Patel, and I am a full-time options trader now. By qualification, I have done my bachelor's in computers and also done my master's. And I've also cleared few certifications from National Stock Exchange Institute, which is NISM. And in the past, I've been working with the reputed IT companies, but now I am into full-time trading. And I've started trading in year 2006. So I have very vast experience in the market, which will definitely help you as well. Okay. Let me just ask you one simple question. How many of you are a newbie or an experienced trader? Let me just start a poll. Okay. So there will be a poll in front of you. Just share your experience. Are you a beginner or you have some experience in the market? Great, great, great so far. Great. So we have mixed audience here who is very much into options trading from, from the earlier days. So we have people who are trading options for last 2-3 years. There are people who are trading options for like 4 years. And yes, there are few beginners as well. Okay. Without wasting time, let me just start this webinar because we are already 15 minutes ahead now. All right. So how big our stock market is? Let us start with this part. How big our stock market is? Okay, it's an enormous market, huge market. There are thousands and thousands crores of capital, coming in and going out every single moment, right? So daily turnover of our share market, I mean the cash market, which we call it as a cash market. Okay, the daily turnover is 80,000 crore. Okay, it's 80,000 crore. That is huge turnover, right? That is huge turnover in terms of cash market. Okay, but let me tell you how it has grown. Okay, our market has grown from leaps and bounds. How it has grown, let us see. Okay, so market daily average turnover is close to 80,000 crore nowadays, and it has grown every single year, right? In this, the website which I am referring to, it is National Stock Exchange website. Okay, NSE's website itself, and here in the NSE's website we are seeing that turnover of cash market. Okay, cash market turnover is nearly 80,000 crore every single day, and it has grown in last many years. You can see how it has grown. Like in 2010-11, it was 14,000 crore. Okay, then from here it has grown to 80,000 crore currently. So the market has been growing like anything. Definitely, it has been growing like anything, right? Now let us come to one more important area of our market, which is focused on today's part. Okay, so our part is derivatives part. Okay, so I'm having few questions. Definitely, I'll share the answers. How did I predict reversals and all? That's, yes, you will get the answer. I'll share it in the later part of this session. Okay. How this market has evolved, let us see. So now F&O turnover, futures and options. Okay, so today our focus is only on the options part, but how this options market, futures and option market, that is also called as the derivatives market. How this derivatives market has actually evolved. Okay, so derivatives daily turnover, daily average turnover is nearly 25 lakh crore rupees. Okay, it's nearly 25 lakh crore rupees. And on the expiry day, it is very natural. People trade like anything. They buy and sell options like anything. So on the expiry day, it's close to 35,000 crore, which is again a very big amount. It's close to 35,000 crore. And you'll be shocked that in our previous expiry, the last Thursday, it was close to 90 lakh crore. Okay, it was close to 90 lakh crore. That is huge amount, right? If you even combine the wealth of, top 10 richest person, it won't go to 90 lakh crore. Okay, so it is huge market. So here I have the snapshot of our 18th March expiry, which was the weekly expiry. And here you can see the future and options turnover. The total turnover was 92 lakh crore. Okay, it was 92 lakh crore. Let me show you yesterday's turnover. Yesterday's market, when it has closed, what was the turnover? Let me show you. Okay, so this is yesterday's. I'll just refresh the page. Okay. So here it is. Yesterday's turnover was 31 lakh crore for futures and options alone. Okay. Futures and options alone. And out of this 31 lakh crore, you can see the index option and the stock option, they both contributed to nearly 29 lakh crore rupees. Okay. You can check it here. It's in crore. So 29 lakh crore turnover for the options, and rest the other market like futures, index futures, stock futures and all. Okay, so the market is really big market, and all the major participants, majority of the audience is into the options trading. There are multiple reasons why they are into options trading. Let us understand in this part. Okay. And also let me tell you how the market has grown for futures and options. Okay, so I'll just refresh this page again. Okay, so futures and options market, again, it has grown very beautifully. I'm referring to the last column, average daily turnover. Okay, it's average daily turnover. So daily turnover in the futures and options market. So currently it's close to 25 lakh crore, which I've already said. I'll just zoom in and show you the number. Yeah, so now it should be visible. It is 25 lakh crore rupees. Okay, it's average daily turnover. So you can imagine how much capital is flowing into this market, how much capital is moving out and flowing in, right? So this is a very big market. Okay, and also I'll tell you from where this market has actually started. Okay, so future and option market, it was started in year 2000, 2001. So daily average turnover back then was only 11 crore rupees. From 11 crore rupees in the last 21 year, it is now 25 lakh crore rupees. Okay, so huge interest. And even if you compare it by the previous year, last year, so last year it was 13 lakh crore or 14 lakh crore on an average, and it is now 25. So almost doubling every single year. This is how we have seen the futures and options market growing. Okay, let's come back to the slide. Now, the question is, if this market is growing so huge way, in a big way, how should I trade the options? I mean, their options are multiple contracts, which there are hundreds and hundreds of options which could be traded. One can buy and sell upon his choice, right? But how I can actually look for buying and selling the options so that I can make some money out of this? Okay, how can I buy or sell options so that I can make money out of this? So there is a technique which one of them is option chain analysis. With the help of option chain analysis, we can say which option has what kind of traders in them. Okay, what kind of strike price has some sort of institutions or pro traders or retail traders in them, right? So let us come to the reason why I should do option chain analysis. Okay, why I should do option chain analysis. So if we do option chain analysis, we'll get to know what type of traders are actually buying option and what type of traders are selling options. Okay, if we do this, then we can get to know which type of traders are buying and which type of traders are selling the options. Okay, next, we'll also get to know the psychology of retail traders and also the institution or the proprietary traders. Okay, with the help of option chain, we can get to know how retails actually trade and how pro traders or proprietary traders, institutions, these guys trade. Okay, institutions are having huge amount of capital, whereas retailers have a very little capital. Okay, so how these guys actually create their position, what is their psychology, we can get to know with option chain analysis. We can find out the areas of support and resistance. Very important. Okay, I have been asked multiple times in the last few days, how can we predict the market reversals? It has been falling. From what point will it reverse, right? So it can be spotted. One can really, find out what could be the reversal point for the market. Okay, one can easily find out those reversal points with the help of option chain analysis. Okay. Then with the help of option chain, we can get to know the direction of the market, which direction the market can go. It can go up or it can go down, or it may trade, sideways. So you can get to know the direction of the market, basic idea about the direction of the market. Next, it will also help us to gauge the confidence of the trader's position. We can get to know how the traders are, whether they are feeling confident or they are, just fearful, or they'll just square off their positions, how their psychology is for their position. You can get to know that confidence level with the help of option chain, right? No other data is going to tell us like how these traders are going to create their positions or how much their confidence level is. Only option chain is that single tool which will tell us. Okay, so just stick to this and definitely you'll learn how to do this option chain analysis. Okay, before beginning with the option chain, okay, I want you guys to forget everything that you have learned in the past about option chain. Okay, maybe you have seen some video, you might have done some courses, or you might have read some books. Forget everything and just focus on these few slides. I'm very sure you'll learn something new today. Okay, I'm very sure you'll learn something new. So how should I start with option chain? Okay, so beginning point is always that we should have those stocks or index whose liquidity is very high. Okay, we always need those instruments whose liquidity is very, very high. Not high, but very high. Okay, so how do I get to know these stocks whose liquidity is high? See, any frontline stocks, any major company will have good amount of liquidity in the option side. Okay, you name it, whether you call Reliance, your TCS, Infosys, Wipro, or ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, all these stocks will have enormous amount of liquidity in their option chain. Okay, so if you can find out a stock which is good enough, good for trading activity, where the buying and selling is happening in huge amount, you can consider those stocks for the option chain analysis. If you find option chain where there is no trade happening, just skip it. Okay, no point in doing option chain analysis where the liquidity is not present. Okay, so this is very important point. Many traders are going to ignore this point, so make sure you keep this in mind. Okay, next, when should I do this option chain analysis? For stock options, option chain analysis should be practiced from second week onwards of the series. Okay, you should practice this option chain only on the second week of the series. Prior to this, there is no meaning to the option chain analysis. Okay, you should not practice prior to this. Whenever the series starts or whenever the series gets active, you should do the analysis from the second week onwards. Okay, you can consider second week, third week, even fourth week can be looked upon, but not prior to this. Okay, so second week is the must here. Next, in options, for every single buyer, there is an option seller, right? If I want to purchase an option, if someone is present who is willing to sell me, then only I can buy, right? Or if there is a buyer and he wants to buy option, there must be a seller who can sell him that option, right? So in futures and option, it will always be a two-person zero-sum game where one person is buying any option or instrument, and the other person is actually selling that option or that instrument. Okay, so it's always going to be two-person zero-sum game. Now this two-person zero-sum game, actually it's a part of game theory, mathematics and all, but I'm not going into mathematics. See, basically two-person zero-sum game is, if one person is making money, there has to be one person in the market who is losing exactly same amount of money. Okay, that is what two-person zero-sum game is. If one person is losing hell lot of money, there has to be someone who is making hell lot of money. Okay, so that is called as two-person zero-sum game. Okay, next, how do I start? What is my starting point for option chain analysis? For option chain analysis, once you get the option chain for any stock, let's say like ICICI Bank or Infosys, right? Once you come to option chain analysis, what is my first point? First point is look for the open interest. Look for the open interest. What type of open interest do I want? I want those open interests which is maximum. Okay, I want those open interests which are maximum on the call side as well as on the put side. Okay, so I want those open interests which are maximum and on the call as well as on the put. Okay, so what I'll do is right now at this moment, I'll open one option chain and try to connect these things in that sheet, in that option chain. Okay. So prior coming to this, I was doing some analysis on Infosys stock earlier. So let me just refresh. Okay. So Infosys stock last Friday, it has closed at 1347. Okay. In this option chain, what I want you to note down is just look for the maximum open interest. Okay. Now, most of the people in this presentation, in this webinar, they are advanced trader. They already, have some information about options and they have been using option chain and all. But for those who are beginners, I'll just walk you through in 1 minute how to interpret this option chain. See, in the option chain, the central area, the center part, this is always the strike price. Okay, this column is always the strike price, and left hand side we are going to see call options data. Right hand side we are going to see put options data. Clear? So this is our basic option chain. Now my first point is I want open interest. I want open interest which is maximum in call as well as in puts. Okay, I want open interest in calls as well as in puts, but the maximum one. I don't want any random open interest. Okay, so if you see scrolling down, you'll find out, yes, there is open interest which is high, right? This one, 2668, 2668. This is the maximum open interest on the call side. If you look for the put side, again, you will find out there is figure which is 3114, 3114. Okay, so this is maximum open interest in the calls and the put side. Now what it is said that in the call side, the open interest, whatever open interest is the maximum open interest, okay, just see the corresponding strike price. What is the strike price? So it is 1400 strike price. Okay, this strike price is resistance. It is considered as a resistance. Okay, why it is considered as a resistance? See, we are into why now. Why it is happening? Why it is resistance? Let me tell you, the resistance is because, see, whenever someone buys option, there has to be someone who is selling option, right? Buyer needs very little capital to buy options. Okay, buyer's capital is always very little capital. How much buyer requires to bring in the capital? Okay, for a buyer, he requires only this premium amount, only this premium amount. So buyer capital is only premium amount. So 4 rupees 50 paise into 600, which is the lot size for Infosys. Okay, so 2400 or 2500 is something which buyer has to bring in to buy this one option. But on the other side of the table, seller has to bring in few lakhs of capital just to sell this option. Okay, seller has to bring in few lakhs of capital just to sell this option. Now imagine the IQ of those guys who are selling the option. Someone bringing in huge amount of capital and someone bringing in a very little capital. Right? I trust those guys who have huge amount of capital, because that might be the presence of institution, that might be the presence of pro traders, proprietary traders. Okay, whereas someone buying option might be someone from the retail community. Okay, the small people. Okay, even I'm also a small guy, I'm not a very big guy, but we, the retail people, mostly will be buying option because we have a little capital in our trading account. That's why. That's the only reason. Okay. So why it is resistance? It is resistance because someone who have sold option, they'll not allow their option to be highly priced. They'll not allow their option to increase in the value. When someone sells option, his view is that option should become zero. Okay. When I buy option, my view is that the option price should increase. Right? When we buy option, our view is that option premium must increase. That's why. But when someone is selling option, his view is that option premium should decrease. Okay. So this is the first step in the options market, especially on the option chain analysis, that we should know what type of trader is present in this particular strike price. So if 2600 lots have been bought by someone, then there has to be 2600 lots sold by someone. Okay, it might be one person, it might be hundreds of people. Okay, I'm not a view that it will be a one person who is selling or one person who is buying. Okay, there can be hundreds and hundreds of people who are selling options and who are buying options. But I trust the sellers. Sellers have large amount of capital, and large capital is always those guys who have, definitely big client backing, right? Only they'll do this kind of options trade. Okay, so people will not allow the Infosys stock to go above 1400. So 1400 should be resistance for the Infosys stock. Let me come to this. Let me come to the charts for Infosys, and here we'll figure it out whether it is resistance or not. Okay, so from the charts, what I can see is 1400 level was exactly the level where the stock went and came back down. So it was the resistance area for Infosys. That's what the data is showing me. Okay, that is exactly what the data is showing me, right? So institutions are not allowing their option to increase in the value. They're not allowing the option premium to go up. That's why they are somehow manipulating the market. I mean, I should not say actually manipulation, but somehow they are into manipulation, not allowing the stock to go beyond 1400. Okay, same case goes for the other option, the put option, which is 1200 strike price. So 1200 strike price put is having maximum open interest. Again, the people won't allow Infosys to break below 1200. Anyway, 1200 is still very far away. But eventually, if Infosys comes down in the coming week, it will not go below 1200 rupees as per the option chain analysis. Okay. So this is how the data can be related. We could relate this data on the charts and see whether the options chain are saying the same thing what charts are suggesting us. Okay. So we have already discussed this. Maximum open interest on the call could be possible resistance, and OI on the put side could be possible support. All right. Next, we need to verify the support and resistance on the time frame, higher time frame charts. Maybe on daily chart, 4-hour chart, weekly chart, or 1-hour chart. But don't verify these on the smaller charts like 1 minute, 5-minute charts. Okay, make sure you verify them on the larger time frame. And these levels should always coincide. If the levels are not coinciding with the past data, then it may not hold that support or resistance. That might be a speculative position. Okay, so we need logical position and not the speculative positions. All right, let's move ahead now. Next step is we need to check the change in open interest, whether those strike price are seeing some buildup or whether the traders are just moving out from that position. How the traders are reacting to those strike price at least. Okay, let's come back to the option chain. What's happening here? So starting with the put side, what is happening in the put side? So this is change in open interest column and 25 contracts were added. Okay, 25 contracts were added. This is not a very big addition, not a very big selling or buying activity here. So what I can conclude out of this is people who are holding the puts on 1200 strike price, they are confident. Which type of trader? They are the sellers. Sellers are confident. Okay, don't think it from the buyer's point of view. Options buyer must be some speculative trader. Okay, he is mostly into gambling side. He is not trading as per the market movements and all. He is mostly in the gambling side of the market. Okay. But someone who is selling option is very logical trader. He knows something about the companies, knows something about the stock. That is why he's selling those options. Okay. He's taking huge amount of risk and selling those options. Now, let us come to the call side. What we can conclude out of call. So on the call side, we have seen 469 contracts being squared off. You see minus sign there. 469 contracts being squared off. See, buyer is selling his position and seller is buying back his position. That means both parties are squaring off their trades. Okay. See, one reason why seller want to square it off, because seller might be thinking that, okay, Infosys stock may give some bull run and the premiums will shoot up if the stock goes up. Okay. Premiums will shoot up when the stock goes up. That's why sellers are willing to square off their positions. They're not willing to hold on any longer. They don't want every premium out of this. They just want to exit early. Okay. But not very big guys are, squaring it off. There are a very little position who are actually, trimming here. So out of 3,000 contracts, 400 have been already squared off. Okay. Might be possible because traders are thinking that Infosys will either move up. Okay, it might be possible, but data is suggesting that there is no major change in the open interest as of now. Okay, so this shows the confidence. If traders are going away, it shows option sellers are fearful here. If traders are squaring off their position, it shows option sellers are fearful. When traders are increasing their position, it shows they are very confident. Okay, when traders increase their position, like here you can see 166 contracts got added, right? When seller sells more, it shows they are very confident on their existing trades. Okay, they are very confident, but here it's not showing any confidence. So chances might be Infosys stock may go up in next few days. Okay, it might take some up move from here. Okay, so sellers are not taking any risk here. Okay, with the help of option chain, yes, we get to know the support resistance very beautifully, but we need to verify them on the chart. So make sure you practice technical analysis always along with the option chain analysis. It's very, very important requirement. We should always do option chain analysis with the help of technical analysis. Okay. Now, let us understand when this option chain won't work. For majority of the cases, option chains are definitely going to work, but there are times when it's not going to work. So when it's not going to work, let us understand. Okay, so it's not a foolproof study. Okay, option chain analysis is not a foolproof study. And yes, traders will have to watch for these points as well before doing option chain. Okay, so option chain will never work when there is any unplanned event in the market. Unplanned event can be anything by the government, anything by the company, anything by the industry, anything in the global space. Okay. So recently, unplanned events, the one big unplanned event last year, it was coronavirus. That was unplanned. Nobody has planned, right? That this coronavirus would be like a havoc for us. Okay. But anyway, people got used to it. But first time it was always surprise. So their option chain analysis won't work. Okay, their option chain analysis will not work. Next, when we are very close to expiry, like 2 or 3 days near to the expiry, their option chain analysis is not going to work. Okay, so we should not do option chain analysis at least 2 to 3 days before the expiry, because positions will be mostly speculative positions by those time. Okay, next, option chain is not going to work for illiquid options. Illiquid options. Okay, we have already removed this from our part by going into the liquid options only. Our option selection criteria was as per the liquidity. If the options are not liquid, we should not be looking for trading those options. We should not do option chain analysis. Okay. So any illiquid option, their option chain analysis is not going to work. Whether that company is very big company or whether it is small company, if it is illiquid, it's not going to work. Okay. I'll show you one example of illiquid option. Let me show that. Okay, just see this company, Trent. It's actually a Tata company, right? It's a Tata company, Tata Group company, the retail company. Okay, in this option chain, what are we seeing is very, very thin liquidity. You see, whole day's volume is only 192 contract. On Friday, 192 contracts of calls got traded. Only 192. On the put side, it is even lesser. It is 74 only. Right? So liquidity is very bad here. And due to bad liquidity, what are we seeing? You see the bid and ask price, that is buyers and the sellers price. The difference is very huge. So 16 rupees is the buyer's price and 21 rupees is the seller's price. So this is very bad liquidity as of the closing. Okay, this is the closing snapshot. But I'm very sure during the market hours also, the liquidity will be very bad. Okay, so don't do option chain analysis in this kind of stocks where liquidity is not good. Okay. So we have checked this illiquid option. Next, option chain analysis and charts. If they are not matching, then no point in working with them. Right? In Infosys stock, I've shown you like 1400 was the resistance on the option chain and 1400 was resistance on the charts as well. So both instruments were showing the same resistance. Charts were also suggesting same resistance and option chain also suggesting same resistance. Okay. So in that case, it will be very strong confirmation. If at all you find Infosys stock going towards 1400, try to sell it, try to short it. Okay, or go for bear put spread kind of strategy. Anyway, I'm not suggesting strategy right now, but you should have gone for the bearish trade if Infosys goes up to 1400 in coming week. Okay, but if this OI and charts are not matching, then the stock can move randomly at any direction. It can go beyond 1400, it can come down also. No point in going for option chain if charts and open interest are not matching. Okay, so it's very important. I would say it's a must-have thing when we are doing option chain analysis. Okay. Okay. So did you learn something new till now? Okay. It was something new for you. Just type in the chat box so that I can come to know. Just type in the chat box. Amit is saying yes. Ravi Shankar, yes. Shekhar, yes. Keshwan, yes. George, yes. Jaya, yes. Apurva, yes. Praveen, yes. Somil, yes. Bhavesh, yes. Junaid, yes. Ranjit, yes. Ravi is saying no. Okay. Vivek is saying yes. Yash, yes. Tejas, yes. Spidey. Who is Spidey? Spider-Man hai kya? Devraj, no. Nagarjuna, definitely yes. Praveen is saying, how did you judge price movement from option chain analysis? Sure, I'll teach that. I'll teach that. Rishi, yes. Manish, yes. Rohit, yes. Great, great. Okay, so majority of the people have learned something new. And I know the other ones have also learned it in the past. I'm very sure. Okay. So I'll definitely share how did I do this option chain analysis and all. Okay, Durga is saying yes, wonderful. Yash is saying, please tell me more examples. Sure, I'll give you more examples, but actually we are short on the time, so I'll definitely do this. I'll try to come up with one more example. Okay, so let me do one analysis on let's say Tata Steel, right? Tata Steel, one of the most reputed steel company. Okay, first of all, let me tell you liquidity. You can check here how many contracts got traded. So 38,000 contracts on the calls and 25,000 on the puts. Okay, so it's huge liquidity available in the Tata Steel stock. But let me do some analysis on this and try to come up with the facts, like whether the supports will hold or whether it will fall or what could we expect out of the stock. Okay, so where is the maximum open interest? The maximum open interest lies at 700, right? The 700 strike price on the put, right? Nothing more than this is seen on any other strikes. So 941 contracts are present here. Huge open interest. On the call side, we see it at 800, which is 1500 contracts, followed by 750, which is 1000 contracts. Okay, so 1500 is the maximum here. Okay, so let us go to the charts and try to understand how the support resistance are going to play in the market. So 700 on the put side should be support. Okay, yes, it is support. Very recently, we saw stock going down to 700, right? Stock going down to 700, finding support, and it has bounced very well. Okay, but 800 is resistance for the stock, and it has never been tested. If I show you on the daily chart, 800 has never been tested in the recent past. You see, 800 is not tested anytime in the recent history. Okay, but if at all, stock goes up to 800, definitely it will face some resistance. It must come down. Okay, it must come down. Similarly, stock found support at 700 zone very recently, at 700 zone, and it has bounced off, right? So support and resistance are working as per option chain analysis. We are seeing the same on the charts also. Okay, whenever two things, option chain and chart, suggest the same thing, then it will be very powerful study. Okay, the chances, the probability of analysis being correct is very high in that case. Okay. Okay, Keshav is saying Nifty or Bank Nifty. Actually, we are very short on time, so I won't come up with more example. Ranjit is asking, in how much time frame we see the changes in NSE's OI? Okay, so NSE's website, the open interest changes in like 2-3 minutes. 3 minutes, I guess. It is always delayed by 3 minutes. Ravi is asking, can we dig into Nifty and Bank Nifty? Yes, we could dig into Bank Nifty and Nifty, but actually we are short on time. Maybe on some other session, I'll arrange for Nifty and Bank Nifty as well. Okay, but see, on Nifty and Bank Nifty, most of the time, the open interest will be on the round numbers. Okay, round numbers like these strike price, like 14,000 or 14,500. These strikes will have enormous amount of liquidity every time. Open interest also very high in those strikes. Okay, so as per option chain, in the current weekly series, which is 25th March expiry, here the maximum open interest on the call is 52,500. This one, 15,500. Okay, and I'm very sure market is not going to breach this. It is very far away. Okay, so this might be the resistance. Even this level should be the all-time high for the Nifty, right? So it must be the resistance for the market on Nifty. Similarly, if we see the put option side data, put options data is suggesting that 14,500 should be the immediate support. Okay, which is having 55,000 contracts again. So it should be immediate support. Let us try to verify these numbers on the charts and see if it is working. Okay, so very recently we saw market going down to 14,371, but that was a purely intraday move. Later on, gave a pullback. Okay, so we have seen a decent pullback from those lows. But what did we say? That 14,500 level got broken for some time, but it did not close below that 14,500. Okay, so we have seen a reversal. Might be a trap for the bull traders, bear traders and all. Okay. On the upside, 15,500. So this level should be the resistance for the market. Market never went below 15,400, but still, if it goes up, 15,500 should be the resistance, and it might come down from here. Okay. So this is all I can conclude out of this option chain analysis for Nifty as of now, as of the Friday's data. Okay. Somil is asking, Bank Nifty is more liquid, so it will be more beneficial to all. See, Somil, Nifty and Bank Nifty both are extremely liquid. We can do analysis on both Nifty and Bank Nifty. I would suggest you try doing this analysis yourself with the points that I've suggested you. And if you find any difficulty, you can ping back to me on my email. Okay, I'll share the email in some time. Okay, so I'll also share my contact number if you want. What is your study? How did you find it? And how you can improve it? Just ping me on my number as well. I'll share the numbers in few minutes. Okay, Praveen is asking me whether where do we get live OI data? Is there any website or app? So we live OI data can be provided by stockbrokers. The one which I'm trading with right now is providing me live OI data. Okay, but see, the change in open interest, I think it's not live. Okay, anyway, live data is not even required for us because we are not scalper. We don't trade minute by minute every time. Okay. Someone is asking how to take the strike price for trading. Okay, so strike price for trading, there are multiple things that we need to watch for before selecting the strike price. So it's not a straightforward thing. There are multiple parameters that we need to watch. We need to create a view on the market first, how much the potential movement is likely to come, and based on that we go for the strike price. Okay, so actually the name is not visible here. It's something, like Spidey or something. Okay, so definitely you can ask me on the mail. I'll get back to you, or you can send me your queries on the WhatsApp also. Durga is asking, please arrange recording for this webinar. Sure, I'll send this webinar recording as well to your email address, the registered email address for this webinar. You'll get the recording for this webinar also. Okay. Saurabh, would you like to take this further?
Well, Bhavik, what to say? Every time, these basic things, whenever it comes, something new, I don't know how you do it or how it is done, something new we always learn. And thank you for that. Thank you for this amazing session as well.
My pleasure, Saurabh.
Yeah. So maybe we can go to the next slide. Yeah. So if you see everyone, I hope definitely you have learned something new. But, all these training, all these strategies, whatever you learn, always comes with a price. I know. And, everywhere, if you go option trading courses, there will be something charging like 35,000, 40,000, 50,000, something like that. But here we think, since we are not selling any kind of tool, or we are not giving you anything like a holy grail system, we are here just to teach. So we thought of, teaching you just like school, and definitely a school needs some fees. So we thought of an offer for this, where you will learn option strategies, 13 option strategies, how to analyze the Greeks, how to analyze the option chain in more detail and match it with the technical analysis, how India VIX supports your technical analysis, Max Pain theory, how to trade that, and what are the trading events like whenever companies are sharing their results, their corporate results, how you can manage your risk. Most of the time people, they say that sellers, if you take an example of option buyer and seller, they say that sellers have unlimited risk, and buyers have a minimum amount of risk, maybe 1,000 2,000 rupees. But that's not true actually. with proper risk management, even the seller has a defined risk. Maybe some of you must have heard about the hedge strategy, and then you can learn how you can trade on expiry days, mostly Nifty, Bank Nifty, and definitely we will provide you support on some live trading sessions. So whatever we have uh, designed this course for, this includes 5 days of training within a span of say 2 weeks, and 2 live sessions in the market, live hours. So Bhavik, can you reveal the offer price now? Whatever we have. No, that's not it. That's not it. I think we have decided. Yes, 6,500 only, including everything. You can get this entire course in your mind, in your systems, this entire course for 6,500 rupees only. I know this could be a very tempting offer, but definitely you can think about it, how you can go home and check that if it is worth it. Because definitely, before spending some money, we often think that, are we investing in the right place? And let me tell you that investing in learning, I don't think it comes with a price. Investing in learning is priceless. So we are offering this course, and definitely we are here for you. I'll ping you the uh, email box where you can find your queries answered. I have pinged it on the chat. It's support@rnifty.com. So now you might be thinking, even if I join this course, okay, uh, how can I implement it? Definitely, we will teach you that. This is not just like we teach you and you go do it on your own. We do handholding, and we want a relationship for lifetime, because we are here also. We are retail traders. We are here to learn. We can learn something from you. You can learn something from us. So that's about it. This is the live, and there would be 2 live sessions as well. So Bhavik, what do you say about it?
Yeah, sure, Sagat. We are going to conduct this course along with the live sessions. So it will be a hands-on experience, live experience with the market participants, like, me doing it full time, and Sagat doing it for like many years now. Not into full time, but still he's doing along with his job, which is 9 to 5 for him. Okay, he's managing both. So if you join,
someday I will be like you. I'm telling you.
sure, anytime. See, many people are always got caught in the job time, and they say like, okay, I'm doing job, I can't do trading and all. But Sagat is one of the best example that we could share. And Sagat is doing this for a very long time now. And yes, he has already said that he has bought a capital of like 6 lakh to 12 lakh something in the span of 2 years. So that's a great achievement, and it's 100% return in last 2 years. Okay. So if you want to, join this further, if you want to get trained by us, then definitely you can ping me on this WhatsApp number. Okay, both of us are available on this number.
Maybe you can change the slide, I think.
Yeah, sure. So we are available on this WhatsApp number, so you can connect with us anytime, possible. But make sure you come with your genuine question. Don't ask me that, okay, how can I do this option chain analysis, or ask me some specific questions on the shares that you bought. Okay, I'll not give you the answers for them. But if you ask me, how can you improve your strategy? If you ask me, how can I be of your help? Definitely, I'll, guide you in that way. Okay. Okay, so we have one question. Shekhar is asking, what is minimum capital requirement for doing these trades? So if you start trading in this options part, you can, I think the minimum capital requirement should be at least 1 lakh for the traders who are willing to join this program. Okay, it should be minimum 1 lakh rupees. Who is someone joining? Okay. Manish is asking, how can I join this course? Okay, so Sagat, can you please share the link?
Yes.
Okay, Manish will be connecting with you shortly. And also I'll share the link on this chat box so that you can join this course via this link. Okay.
Okay, I've sent the link. You can check out what is involved in this courses. There will be a description for it. And other than that, there is a payment gateway for it so that you can pay and subscribe immediately. And definitely, even if you subscribe after that, you might be worried about the timings of the course. So we are actually thinking that obviously 2 live sessions will be done in the market hours, but many of you might be busy in the market hours. So we think we will do it in the late evening, maybe the same time. And every session will be around 1 hour to 2 hours maybe. So whoever joins this, whoever subscribes to this, mark your calendars according to that. We'll be sending the schedule after we get all the subscriptions. We will be scheduling it as per your convenience, definitely. And keep learning.
Yep. Sejal is asking, how can I join? Okay, so Sejal, we have already shared the payment link on the chat box. You can join using that link. Tushar is saying, I've already made the payment. Thanks, Tushar, for joining and welcome on board. Akanksha is asking to send the payment link. It's already in the chat box. You can join using the payment link available in the chat box. Apurva is saying, I'm interested. Okay, Apurva, we can connect with you later on after this webinar is over. Okay. Thank you, Shekhar. Thanks, Sejal. Welcome on board. Okay, Spidey कौन है यार? Who is the Spidey? Spider-Man. Okay, thank you, Spidey. Thank you, Tejas. Thank you, Rohan. Okay, Rohan is asking, I want to join. Yeah, you can make the payment using this link which we have shared already in the chat box. Thank you, Rohan. Thank you, Jaya. All right. So thank you, everyone. We'll be connecting very soon the other on the other topic as well. And it's not the last one. Definitely, it was a first on the option side. But yes, we'll be connecting many groups like this, many sessions like this. Thank you all for joining. Ranjit, I'm here. I'm there to join. I think Ranjit, you already joined. Thank you, Ranjit.
Well, thank you everyone, whoever is joining or not joining maybe, but remember, we are just an email and a phone call away. Okay. So you can ask us any queries of yours. Definitely, as Bhavik already said, that no queries related to any stock recommendations will be done. But for every genuine query, yes, we'll try to find your answer.
Okay, Ranjit, you can make the payment using the above link, or Saugat can share the link. Okay, Rahul is coming with the quick question. Yeah, please ping us. Yeah, sure. The live sessions will be for nearly 2 hours. Each session will be for nearly 2 hours, and it will be, around like 11:30 in the morning. Okay, so we'll make maximum out of the movement. Yeah, that is minimum 2 hours. It can stretch to like 2.5 hours if the market is behaving as per our analysis. And if we have much to discuss, definitely it will stretch further. Okay, Ravi is asking, can I join live session with you as I've attended your training? Yeah, sure. Ravi, you can join us even if you have done the course earlier. Rahul is asking, in those 2.5 hours, we take the position or do we close them as well? See, Ravi, we take the positions, and if at all it reaches our target level, we do close them. So if targets are met in our 5 minutes time, then we close them as well. Okay, it depends on the market actually. But if the positions are really long, then I'll surely get you an update at what point I'm about to close that positions. Okay. Ranjit is asking what share of percentage we should give on OI versus technical to execute any option trade. Ranjit, I actually did not get your question. So meet you on live session based on the course that we have. Sure, Nagarjun will connect you as well. Whenever we are doing the live session, we are going to get you on board as well. Okay, Rahul. Thanks. Thank you, Rahul. Okay, Rishi has made the payment. Thank you, Rishi. Welcome on board. All right, Sagat. So we are good to go. Rahul, any specific broker I should have an account with before joining the live session? Sure, I'll let you know, Rahul. We can discuss this offline. I'll let you know.
Okay, then, everybody. Thank you for your time and keep learning, keep trading, and good night.
Thank you all.
I think.
Please be safe.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you.